Welcome to the Lake Area Business Beat, the official podcast of the Lake Area Regional Business Chamber of Commerce. Today, I'm your host, Carrie Griffin, bringing you the latest buzz from the heart of our region where innovation meets opportunity and community drives success. Each episode will spotlight local leaders, rising entrepreneurs, and game-changing initiatives that are shaping the economic future of the Lake Area. Whether you're a seasoned business owner, a startup dreamer, or just love keeping up with what's happening in your backyard, this podcast is for you. Let's dive in, connect, and grow together. Welcome to Business Beat, the official podcast of the Lake Area Regional Business Chamber of Commerce, where we shine a spotlight on local businesses and entrepreneurs making real impact right here in Lake Charles. Today, we're sitting down with someone who has dedicated her life to caring for and shaping the next generation, serving families in our community with love, structure, purpose. I'm talking about Vanessa Rigmaiden, owner of Kids World Academy. At Kids World Academy, their mission is simple but powerful: eat, play, grow. And through that mission, she has created more than just a daycare. She's built a safe space where children are nurtured, supported, and prepared for the future. If you've ever trusted someone with your child, then you understand this is more than a business. It's a calling. Let's tap in and hear her story. Vanessa, first off, thank you for joining us today. It is truly an honor to have you on the Business Beat.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. All right. What inspired you to open a child care center?
So it's a story, y'all. What inspired me? So at the age of maybe 14, I started babysitting. Back then, that's what they called it, babysitting. So I started babysitting at the age of 14. I was asked by a friend, a family member's friend, to start keeping their kids on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
It's on Saturday mornings. So it's very simple. So I started keeping, I can remember them so well, 3 kids to be this thing, and now they're all grown, of course. And then I went on to start keeping other kids. Never knew, never thought for 1 minute that this would be what I would be doing. So this started for me at a very young age. Not only that, I grew up in daycare. Okay, so my dad's wife had a home daycare. Of course, I was a young girl, probably in my teens, maybe younger, when she had her daycare. But again, never thought that this would be something that Vanessa would be doing. Went out to college, studied education. Of course, I did not complete that, but that's okay. But then life started lifing. Life started lifing with 3 kids. I'm a mom with 3 kids, and it was rough. It was rough. So I kind of had to ask myself, other than working these little odd jobs, Walmart, Walgreens, whatever, you went to school for education. So I know there's something, although you didn't finish, that you can do that will make an impact on what you went to school for. And God just dropped it in my spirit. He dropped it in my spirit just like that. And he said, daycare. He said, daycare. And I knew that was it. I knew that was it for me. That was it. But watching my dad's wife do daycare, I said, I would be better. I always said, oh, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do it totally different. I'm going to be better. I don't just want to do daycare. I don't want to just do babysitting. Because back then, that's what it was. It was just babysitting. No, it goes beyond just babysitting. It goes beyond just babysitting. Kids need more than just to be babysat. So I took it a step further. I did it in my home for a little while. And God just blessed me to get a building. Rented a building. I saved enough money. I rented a building. And I started in the building. I've had 3 daycares at one time, I want to say. Yeah, I've had 3 daycares, I want to say, at one time. A full-fledged infant center with strictly infants, no others. And then 2 daycares with infants up to 5 years old.
My goodness.
So, I have to owe all my credit to God.
I love that.
I do. I owe everything to him. I do. And what I did for my kids, because they are my world.
Yeah. Kids world. So what kept you going in the early days of your business when things got tough as you were learning the business,
So
acclimated?
So I'm learning the business, and believe me, you said the word tough. You said the word tough because it was really tough. It was tough learning the parents, us trying to understand one another. Sometimes you got those that wanted to run it for you, and you just wanted to just throw in the towel because things got rough. Finances could get rough for me from time to time, but with the help of my husband, he was always my backbone.
You guys work together as a team.
Yes, got better. It's great.
So tell me, what is your core philosophy when it comes to early childhood education?
So my core philosophy of early childhood education would be nurturing the whole child.
Okay, tell me about that.
Nurturing the whole child. Their curiosity, their emotional well-being, their sense of belonging, and just
Good one.
being able to be empowered. They get to explore it on their own, learn the world for themselves, understand it for themselves. So that's my whole core thing of just giving them that authority to understand it all for themselves, everything that they need to know in daycare, from them being safe to them being nurtured to them being fed. Let them learn it for themselves.
Yeah.
So think that. Let them learn it for themselves.
What do you think children need most in their early childhood years that most people would overthink or overlook?
I'm not going to tell you my little experience, but I'm gonna just elaborate. I think where kids are overlooked, and this is today, and I'm going to have to start with today. I feel like parents don't pay enough attention. That's me. I feel like they're overlooked. They don't pay enough attention. We could do, my teachers, they can do a lesson with a 1-year-old. And we know 1-year-olds don't read. We know this. We know that 1-year-olds are learning. So I don't care if a 1-year-old took a piece of paper and they scribbled all over that paper and we sent that paper home in the book safe. Then I want my parents to go into that book safe, open it up, because that scrabble may have told a story.
You're right.
And for me, my teachers, well, they didn't even go on the book bag at all for 2 or 3 days, and the paper's still there. I just feel like you're just not paying attention.
My goodness.
You're not paying attention. And not just my 1-year-old, my 3 and 4-year-olds that we literally teach, work is still there.
Do you find this with a certain generation of
I
parents?
do.
Okay.
I do. I find that with our new generation kids, they're so different.
Okay.
They're so different. You just keep the communication lines open without being judgmental, because then that's when you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So,
I understand. How do you build trust with parents, especially parents?
through communication,
Okay.
through the nurturing of the child, letting the parent for understanding or listening to what their needs are before I jump in with what I have going on. I want to hear what their needs are first, what they are looking for. I want to hear that. And then another thing too that helps me a lot with getting kids in is word of mouth. A lot of people really say good things about my center.
Okay.
And I just have
That's the best referral, though.
yes, it is. And I just have the most overflow of phone calls.
Wow.
I can't take them. I stay full.
So you have to refer business out as
So
well.
and I do. And I do. I am definitely that person. Definitely that person.
I want you to think about some of your most impactful moments. What is a moment that you've had with like a parent or a child that just really stayed with you?
I have one that really stayed with me, y'all. Home daycare. I'm doing home daycare. Again, I told you I don't like the word babysitting because it's not about babysitting. It's about teaching our kids and getting them ready for the future, because we are the foundation. It starts with early learning and childcare. So we are the foundation. But I had this little boy, and he was a little different. He was a little different from all of my other kids. I'll never forget him. And he was very shy, very, very, very shy. He strayed away from the other kids. He didn't really play with them. But the whole time that we were learning, because I took my den and I turned it into a full-fledged center. I mean, a learning center.
Wow.
And same with me. He was shy away from me. But as long as I had my eyes on him, it was all good.
Okay.
Well, at the same time, he was taking in everything that we were learning. This little boy was taking in it all, just observing it all, getting it, putting it in his head. So here comes graduation. They're all getting ready for graduation. Of course, I'm going to include him in graduation. I'm going to include him, all 6 of them in graduation. Beautiful graduation. Mom came, grandmother came, just everybody was there. I did it in my garage. This is a moment for me. This is a moment for me. I did it in my garage. I want to say his name. Little Josh. Just gonna say Little Josh. Yeah. Little Josh was also included in my program. Everything we did was included in that program. But little did we know that little Josh knew as much as all the other kids. Everything that we in this program, Josh did everything he did. The numbers, the alphabets, the sight words. He did it all. His mom, myself, other parents that knew, how he was. We cried.
My God.
It was like a crying moment.
Yeah.
We boo-hooed. His mom, and it's stuck with me. It has stuck with me all my life. It has stuck with me. And I know that I have made a difference.
My goodness.
With these kids. And it's going to break my heart when I'm gone. It's going to break my heart and I let it go. It's really going to break my heart.
My goodness.
So
you pour your heart and soul into this.
I do. Really love to.
I can tell.
I do. I love my children. I love my kids.
Tell me, when you're hiring staff, what qualities are you looking for?
Oh, honey. They have to come correct.
Okay.
They have to come correct. They have to, when they come in there for that interview, they have to know what they're coming for.
Okay.
They have to be the research on, okay, I'm going in childcare, because they can come in and tell me, oh, I babysit my nieces and my nephews. Don't cut it for me.
It's not going to cut it.
Cut it for me. Having one come in and say, I don't change diapers.
Oh, well, how you want to make child?
Yeah, you go work. If you come in here and tell me you're not going to change that. I don't change that. No, this is not what it is. But I do look for somebody that's sincere, that really loves children. I look for someone that really has the love for kids. Know that what I anticipate them doing, that they're going to do just that. I don't have a big turnover. I have retired maybe 2 people out of my centers.
Wow, that is amazing.
They were like 70-some years old. Taste now. I have retired them out. But that I look for people that really have a love for children, that really, really love children. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. I have hired people and it just did not work out.
That happens.
It's just not their fit. I have one lady who's still with me, that has been with me since 2008. One that started with me in my in-home, in 99. And I started this business.
My goodness. So that says a lot about you as a leader.
Yes. One that I actually said, you know what, you really do need your own daycare. That has her own daycare now.
That's amazing.
I look for good people.
Yeah.
And honestly, God has blessed me with some good people.
You seem to have a good eye.
Oh, I do. I know what I want. I do. So,
all right. As we wrap this up, I have a question that I have been meaning to ask this whole interview. What advice would you give to someone who is wanting to start their own childcare center?
What advice would I give them? You know what I give them? Because I do help others to open up daycares. I need to be a daycare consultant.
You should.
Opening up your own center. But one of my first things that I tell these ladies that come to me and say, hey, Ms. Vanessa, can you give me some tips on opening up my daycare? First and foremost, don't get in it just for the money. And a lot of them get in it just for the money. I've seen it and it didn't last. I've seen it and it didn't last. Because all they see is dollar signs. It's not always about dollar signs. It goes beyond dollar signs. So that is my first thing when they come to me and ask me to help them get into daycare. Get in it just
okay.
Get in it because you have the passion of loving and caring and keeping other people safe, kids safe. Treat them as though they are yours.
Yeah. That's huge.
Bring them in, start this thing and say, hey, I'm doing this because I love them and I'm going to treat them as though they are mine when they are away from their parents. And a lot of them don't last. They don't.
Okay.
So my biggest thing is don't get religious for the money.
I love that
Get
advice.
this for the love of these kids because they need us and we again start their future. We are the start of their future.
Absolutely.
It starts with early learning childcare and then it moves on.
I definitely have to agree with you there.
And another thing I want to share with y'all, in the last 6 or 7 years now, I give scholarships to my kids that stay with me from an infant until they go off to kindergarten. I do scholarships now.
Nice.
Yes.
So do you do the scholarships when they graduate your school or when they graduate high school?
So when you graduate high school.
Okay.
So when I do my graduations, and I have my next graduation coming up on the 21st of this month, I'm giving a scholarship to one of the young ladies who's with me. She's graduating bar and she's getting a scholarship. She's actually my guest speaker. So they have to come back as my guest speaker. They have to come back as the speaker and talk to the littles. And then we present them with a scholarship. And normally I do $1,000 to $2,000.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ms. Vanessa.
Absolutely.
It's been a true joy having you. I want you to tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you if they want to do business with you or get on your waiting list or potentially hire you as a consultant.
So how you can reach me if you are looking for great childcare, you can reach me at 1902 East Prion Lake Road, phone number 337-646-6607. I am Vanessa Rigmaiden, the owner and director as well of Kids Grow Childcare Academy. Also, if you're looking for someone to give you good guidance, good advice on opening up a daycare, come see me. I'm always available to answer any questions.
Amazing. I love that. Again, thank you so much for your time. That's our episode, and we will see you guys next time.
Yes.
We appreciate you as well.
Be creative. Inspire others.